Hey guys, it's Kat and I'm back today for my hashtag Team Project Pan 2020 update. This is the October update and quarterly refresh. So this is the time where I get rid of stuff that I'm not using and I can swap it out for things that I will use. But what I'm sort of doing, I'm not doing a big refresh this month because I am going to take a couple of things out, but I'm not really going to swap them out. I'm more trimming the fat. This year, okay, I've been in lockdown for nearly 4 months in Melbourne, so we're not really going out much. We're not really seeing people. We're not allowed to leave 5 kilometers from our house. So, you know, there's not much going on. Also this year I had a baby, so I'm not wearing makeup as much as I usually do. So normally I like my project pans to be quite big and I can just sort of like make progress on as many things as possible, but it's not really working out that well this year. So I'm going to try to eliminate some products and have a smaller group of items that hopefully I'll use up by the end of the year. All right, so like normal project pans, I'm going to start with the products that I've used up, let you know what I'm going to be swapping into my project pan to replace them, if anything. Then I'm going to talk about the products that I'm making progress on, and then talk about the products that I haven't made progress on and why. And those are probably the things that are going to be on the chopping block. So let's start with the things that I've used up. And luckily this month I've used up 4. So 2 of them are brow products. So we've got the Nabla Brow Divine pencil in Neptune, and also the Goof Proof brow pencil by Benefit in the shade 2. Now I did talk about wanting to use up brow products because well, I was supposed to have had my brows microbladed or tattooed or whatever you want to call it it's supposed to be in September, early September, but with lockdown that got delayed. So I don't know when my appointment's going to be next, but I want to use up brow pencils because I've got in the long run, I want to have sort of semi-filled in sort of tattooed brows. So I will be swapping in another brow pencil, and this is another Brow Divine pencil from Nabla. This is just in the shade Jupiter, which is a little bit darker. So used up these 2, swapping in this one. This one's been not barely used. I've been using it for the past sort of few weeks ever since using up the other one, and I do have quite a lot left. So I'm not sure if you can see that properly. I will take a photo for next month's check-in, but I do have like that much left of it, which is not heaps. And I have been using this exclusively in my brows, which means I do tend to use it up pretty fast, but I have been using it quite lightly because this is too dark for me. But yeah, that's the next one I'm targeting. Then I've used up my Laura Mercier. This is the Caviar Stick in Rose Gold. I'll have on the screen where I was up to last month, but it is used up and actually fell out as well. So this was broken at the base. So I almost had it down to flush. And when I was using it, sort of, it popped out. So consider that done. And I'm not going to swap that out for anything because I do have another one in my project pan at the moment. Then the last thing I used up was my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Now I was going to swap in another concealer, but I was looking through my collection, and believe it or not, I only have 2 concealers that match my skin tone. One is another one of these, and another one is a Shiseido one, which I also really like. And I don't really want to power through either of them because I'll be left with no concealer. So I do have a bunch of other concealers, but they're light concealers, which I use to sort of mix with my darker foundations to sort of color correct a little bit. So yeah, I won't be swapping in another concealer right now because I'm really dwindling down my collection, which is great. All right, let's talk about products that I've made some decent progress on. The first one is my finishing spray. So this is by Uemura. And I don't know if you can see, but last month I was up to this mark here and now I'm down to there. So I'm actually making a lot better progress than I was sort of expecting. When I was looking at the sort of increments, I was going down pretty steadily each month, and I thought this was going to take maybe 3 months to get through, but I must have upped my game, and it looks like I might have 1 month left. So hopefully I'll use this up by next month. I've made some pretty good progress on pan products. All right, so this is the top part of the blush palette. You can see I've used up the highlighter and I've barely got any of this blush left. I've made a lot of progress on this because I had to sort of scrape it off. It was sort of getting a seal over it. So whenever I wanted to use it, I had to sort of scrape parts of it off. I think I've made a little bit more pan here, but mainly this is where the progress is. On the bottom half, I've made a bit more progress on that blush and I've used up that highlighter. So I focused on that one a lot because that was my main focus. I wanted to get it done. And again, similar to this one, I sort of had to scrape the top off, but I've, used that up completely, which is good. So what I'm thinking of doing is trying to focus obviously on these 5 blushes and highlighters here. So by the end of the year, I want this one gone, that one completely gone, and that one also gone. These 5 I'm sort of ignoring. They're not really shades that I like. All right, hopefully you can see something pretty noticeable on my bronzer duo from Jouer. So I've hit pan on this, and I actually hit pan on it last week, and the pan has just been growing and growing and growing. So first up, it was tiny, and then within, I think, maybe 2 or 3 applications, it's grown massively. So I've seen some really good progress on that. I probably won't finish this by the end of the year, but I should have made a pretty good indent in that pan, which is great. So I'm very happy with that progress. All right, this is my Rimmel pressed powder. You can see that the pan has just grown from last week. So I've just been using this quite a lot. It's getting hard to use, so I might actually have to repress this at some point. If I do, I'll take photos before and just after I've repressed it, but yeah, that's getting kind of annoying to use with my brush. So there's that. Some more progress you can see with my Illamasqua Justify eyeshadow. I've been sort of working at the pan and sort of instead of just swirling around the pan and trying to get the pan bigger, I've been sort of working it towards one side of the pan so we can sort of see it growing a lot more. And there you go. So that, I've made some progress, which is good. I think I was making progress previous months as well. I just couldn't see it as clearly as I can now. So what I'll probably do is just sort of work around the pan. All right, another pan that I want to show you that I've been working towards the side is my eyeliner. This is my MAC Fluidline in past Twilight. So for past check-ins, I haven't really been able to show much because the pan is just like, it's a little dot down the bottom and you can see the glass, but you couldn't really see any progress. But I've been working it towards the side, so from the top down and the bottom up. I've been working towards the one side, so hopefully this ends up looking like sort of like a horseshoe shape, and we can sort of see me working away the product, which is good. So finally some progress on this. So those were the main things I wanted to show you close up because I feel like I've made some good progress on those. And this is why I really want to focus on like a fewer things and focus on them more intensely, because when I do focus on them, I can see some good progress. And I feel like these things, especially the things with the pans, and I'm working away at them, they're just going to get bigger and bigger the more I use them. So I'm happy with that progress. The next things I've got some progress on, I've got my Hourglass foundation. This one I've been marking, so down the back. I was making really good progress before I had a baby, and then I've been using it less and less. I've been using this a little bit more. I mainly only use it when I'm filming, but I've been using it a little bit more because since I used up my concealer, I sometimes use this because it's a higher coverage foundation, almost as a concealer. So just sort of around my nose and a little bit under my eyes, and then I'll put my foundation or whatever over the top. So this has, look, at the front, you can see that it's down to where the Hourglass logo is. I will mark that, but if I bring that around, it's probably only to here. So it's not heaps of progress, but this is one that theoretically I would want to take out of my project pan because I'm not seeing massive decreases in the line. But at the same time, I really want this done by the end of the year, so I'm going to keep it in. I feel like I've seen some good progress on my stick foundation because I reach for this. If I'm going to the shops, I might put a little bit on. Again, I sort of run it under my eyes because I haven't introduced a new concealer yet, and I've used up quite a lot. So I'm not sure if you can see that that's fully wound up and it's just a little lump. I will have some comparison photos on the screen because I know this lighting's it washes things out. It is what it is. I can't film in natural lighting at the moment. It's hard with the baby, but yeah, so it's just a little lump going on. I feel like I've made good progress from last month, and if I keep using it, hopefully at the same rate, I'm assuming this might be done next month, which is good because it's getting a little bit light for me. So the color was really good in winter. Now it's getting warmer and it's getting a little bit too sort of, it looks a little bit ashy, like a little bit, yeah, too light, too pinky on me. So I want that done. There's only a couple of other things that I can give you sort of like visual progress on. The rest I'll need to sort of weigh. Firstly, I've got my Pixie eyeliner. I didn't realize how much I actually use this. So the progress shot last month was quite dramatic. I'm not sure if it's going to be as dramatic this month. I don't think this is going to be as much progress as last month, but there will be some progress because I have sharpened this a couple of times, so progress will be on the screen. Since I used my rose gold Laura Mercier caviar stick, I've been using the Au Naturel one a lot more. So yeah, there's still heaps to go because I did neglect this one quite a bit there we go, put it against my top, when I was using the rose gold one, but I'll have progress shots on the screen because I have been using this quite a bit. This one's really annoying. So I've got my Clarins lip oil in raspberry. I really like this. I've been enjoying using it. The line is exactly like the settle point is right where last month's line was. I'm not sure if you can see it because I marked it with like a light nude sort of nail polish. But one thing I realized, I marked it before it had completely settled. Also, admittedly, I forgot that this was in my project pan. So there was about a week or two where I just didn't use this. And then when I brought it out and I was like, shit, this is in my project pan. The settle line was like way above the line I marked. I should have remarked it then. But I have made progress. You just can't see it because I marked it incorrectly last time, but I'll keep going with this now that I actually remember it was in my project pan. Oh, another visual thing, but I haven't made any like visible progress, is my Super Shock Shadow by Colourpop. I probably only used this maybe like, I don't know, 3 or 4 times in the past month, so there's really not much progress, but I really do like it, so I'm happy to keep it in my project pan because like over this I can just tap a little bit of that on and it's a really nice sort of everyday eye look, so I will keep it in. The next things are things I need to weigh. All right, we'll start with the primer. This is the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. I thought this was a good one because it's very small. It's like a travel size, but I think I've only used it once or twice. Oops. All right, so that was at 30.88 grams and it's roughly at 28.68-ish grams now. So I have made a tiny bit of progress, but really not much. I will keep this in though because I can. All right, I've still got my Missha Perfect Cover BB cream in my project pan and I was making great progress on this again until I had my baby and then I just wasn't wearing it as much. But let's see the progress. So it was at 48.8 grams and now it's at about 46.36 grams. So again, very, very small progress there, but I'll keep it in because I do like mixing it with this and I really want this gone. So I'll keep it in, but I'm not making great progress. I also have a lot of foundations in my project pan for some reason. So I've got the BB cream, I've got the full coverage one by Hourglass, I have the stick foundation and I've got a powder foundation. So it's sort of hard to make good progress on all of them at the same time. When it comes to the powder foundation, I was at 68.71 grams and now I'm at 67.84-ish grams. So a little bit of progress. I do sometimes put a little bit of this on and then I like to set it with this, so I am using it, it's just very slow going. My mascara is still going, it has not died at all. I probably should take it out very soon because I've had it open for too long, but this is the Nabla Major Pleasure Mascara. That is something that I use every other day, so I generally wear maybe a bit of mascara, maybe a brow product, and it was at 32.68 grams and now it's at 31.92 grams, so again, I am making progress, but mascara is always really slow. My Bite French Press Lip Gloss in the shade Salted Caramel. Let's see the progress on that. Probably not much. It was at 28.55 grams and now it's at 28.25 grams. So about 1/3 of a gram. And lastly, for the things that I'm weighing, my Soap & Glory No Woman No Dry Body Butter. I explained that I brought this in last month, even though this is fairly new to me. I bought this not that long ago, but I don't love the scent. It's too strong. I ordered this online, so I didn't know. It's just a little bit, yeah, it just lingers for way too long. I have been trying to use this as much as possible, so I did weigh this, so let's weigh it. Yeah, some decent progress. So that was at 324.28 grams and now I'm at 229.82-ish grams. So I have made quite a lot of progress on that. At the start, when I introduced it, it had barely been used. Now, I'm not sure if you can see, there's some really good dents in there. It's probably got 2/3 to go. So I've got quite a lot to go and it's annoying because I don't like it, but I'll keep going with it. All right, onto products that I want to take out. So I did introduce a new perfume last month, and I mentioned that it was pretty much right up to the top. You won't be able to see now, but I've used a little bit of it, and I figured if I did consistently use it every day, I'd make some good progress and this would be easy to mark, but it's just a little bit heavy for me. It's a vanilla scent, but it's really sort of, it's too strong. I can sort of smell it, like I put it on and you can sort of smell it around the house. So for me, this is too strong for a daily fragrance. So I've decided that I want to take this out because it's just something I don't really want to use on a daily basis. And there's no other fragrances I want to pan right now. So I'll just have no fragrance happening. I did also say last month that what I'll probably do is see how I go with this one, and in that time I'll look around at any other mini perfumes I have to focus on. I forgot to do that. So if I come across any in the next month, I'll introduce a new one next check-in, but right now I'm happy to have no fragrance in my project pan. A couple other things that I'm going to take out. I'm going to take out my leave-in conditioner from Kristin S. I like this product. I have made a little bit of progress since my last check-in, but I'm making such slow progress. This is going to take me another year to use up, so I may as well just take it out and use it organically. I'm also going to take out my stick highlighter from Hourglass. I do like this, and I have used it a couple of times in the last month, but I much prefer to use powder highlighters. So even though I don't mind this, and I will try to use it more probably in summer, I'm not really seeing any significant progress to want to keep this in my project pan right now. And same goes for this lip product. I introduced this last refresh, and that was just before we went into lockdown, and now it's illegal to not wear a mask outside, so I'm just not wearing lipsticks out of the house anymore, or even inside. So this I have not touched for a couple of months, so I'm taking it out. I will, however, be adding in one more item, and this is more of trying to get more use out of it rather than trying to use it up. This is a Kevyn Aucoin highlighter. I figured since in my blush palette I no longer have any powder highlights in there, I'll add in a powder highlighter because I do like to use a highlighter. I'm wearing this today. I just prefer powder over cream. So this is the Sahara Neo highlighter. It's massive. Look how big it is. Like it's huge. It's actually an ombre highlighter. It's got like a lighter color, a rosy color, and then like a bronzy color. And I've just been enjoying using this lately. It gives a really nice effect on the face. It's a type of shade that I'm really interested in. And I just thought, look, I'll try to get more use out of it. So that's why I'm incorporating this in my project pan. If I hit pan on it, great. I just want to get more use out of it because it's a really nice highlighter and it's been sitting in a drawer, so may as well use it. The last thing I do want to mention is my samples that I wanted to use up. So I did use the vast majority of the samples that I introduced last month. So for example, I've got all of these. I've got my little tubes that I've introduced. The one thing that I didn't finish and I don't want to finish was the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie. So this is like a leave-in treatment. It's designed for thick and curly hair, which I do not have. I have fine and wavy hair, so this does weigh down my hair. I don't like the effect of it. I was using the smallest amount, so it didn't weigh down my hair. And this sample, yeah, it's taken me 2 months to get through. So I just stopped using it because I didn't enjoy it. So I'm not going to continue with this. I'm just going to throw it out. But I did use the rest of the samples that I introduced last time, and I've got more that I want to use up. So for hair products, I've got these 2 sachets. I was saving these for like traveling, but I'm not going anywhere. I actually have 2 of each of these. So if I can get through 4 sachets, awesome, but bare minimum, I want to use up these 2. They are 52 ml sachets. So I figure this will probably be a few washes, so we'll see how we go. So these are from Sacha Pure, and this is the Healing Shampoo and the Restorative Conditioning Mask. So I'm going to see how I go with these 2. I also have 2 little tubes. So this one is from Ultraderm. It's a dual treatment mask. So it's got glycolic and lactic acid. Now, I don't know how I'm going to go with this because like strong acids can irritate my skin. And I always forget to use masks. So I'm going to try to use this little one up, but we'll see. Another thing I'm really bad at using is an essence, and this is from Amore Pacific, and it's the Vintage Single Extract Essence. I'll see if I can use those up. They're not usually steps that I use in my routine, so it's going to be a challenge, but that's the whole point of this. And then I have a bunch of samples that I've gathered over the last couple of years from Yes Style. So I've got, what is this? 5 Laneige Moisture Essence samples. I don't even know what these ones are, but I've got 4 of them. It's got a sticker over them saying it's a free gift sample. So I think these are actually moisturizers, so I'll just use them as a moisturizer. Same as these, I've got these 3 moisture ceramide creams, and I've got a Snail all-in-one BB cleanser, whatever that is. So I'm going to try to use as many of these as possible. So that's my update. Again, it's not super exciting. I have made some progress, which is great. Under these circumstances, any progress is good progress. But instead of introducing a lot more things and sort of swapping things out for new things, I just wanted to sort of minimize what's in my project pan at this point in time. We're in the home stretch. We've only got a few months left of the year, and I feel like it's better to focus on what I currently have and actually finish them up than introduce a lot more and sort of just spread myself a bit too thin. So I'm sort of narrowing it down towards the end of the year and really knuckling down to get these products finished, because some of them have been in my project pan since the start of the year, and it would be really, really great to see them finally finished before we finish the project. So thank you so much for watching. If you like watching project pans and you want to discover more people that are doing them, do click on the hashtag, so in the title or the description box, and you'll find people that are doing similar types of project pans. So if you're doing a project pan yourself, hopefully you're doing all right. It's a weird year to do a project pan. It's a hard one. Not everyone's wearing as much makeup as we would like to, but you know, it is what it is. We're struggling through it, and hopefully 2021 will be a much better makeup year. Fingers crossed. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.